Hi everyone, I'm Miss Briana from the Hopewell Branch Library, and today I want to tell you about author-illustrator Sara Varon. Here are some of the books that she's created. As you can see, Miss Varon creates graphic novels and picture books for children of all ages. And these books have received many honors, and in 2013, Miss Varon was the recipient of the Maurice Sendak Fellowship, which is a big honor. So one of the things that I learned about Miss Varon was that as a child, she liked to draw, and she drew characters all the time. And some of the things that she was influenced by when she was growing up are things that you may know, like the TV show Sesame Street and the cartoon Underdog and books by Richard Scarry. And I think these influences really come through in her artwork. She creates fun characters that are full of emotion. As you can see, she's got characters like robots and cupcakes and eggplants and animals from the rainforest. And her stories are about friendship and love. Well, earlier this summer, Miss Varon sent us a short video and worksheet so we could learn how to build our own character at home. She also tells us about some of her books. So let's take a look at her video now, and afterward, I will tell you how to find the worksheet on our website. See you soon.
Hi everybody, my name is Sara Varon and this is my assistant Sweet Pea. Today we're going to talk about designing a character for your own story. I've made you this handy sheet to fill out with a lot of questions to help you learn more about your character. First, what kind of creature is your character? It's probably something that you like, or since you are going to have to draw it yourself, something or someone that you like to draw. I love to draw Sweet Pea, so I've drawn an example of Sweet Pea on the sheet. You could start with your pet if you have one, or your favorite food if you want to make a food character. Then you'll need to know what are your character's personality traits. When you're writing a story, knowing these things will really help you figure out what kinds of situations will your character get into and how will he or she react. One of my favorite things to think about are who are your character's friends. This will probably be, again, whatever you like to draw. I like to draw animals, so if I'm drawing a Sweet Pea character, I might pick the obvious, like my neighbor's dog, or a friend's cat, or I might pick something unexpected, like a jar of peanut butter, or a flower. It's fun to draw food, and it's helpful to know as much about your character before you make your story, so you might also think about what is your character's favorite food. You'll for sure want to know what kind of home or habitat your character lives in, because this will definitely be part of your story. For example, does Sweet Pea live in a doghouse, or does she live in an apartment building? And does she live in a city like Brooklyn, or maybe she lives on the moon in a space station? Knowing this in advance will also help you figure out your story. Of course, in order to draw your character, you'll need to know what kind of clothing does he or she wear. Does your character wear a cape? Or perhaps your story takes place in Europe in the 1600s, and your character wears a neck ruff. Or maybe your character is not wearing clothes at all. This may be the case if your character is an inanimate object, like a food item, or if it's an animal, but probably not if it's a person. The last thing you'll need to know, which will help you write your story, is what are your character's hobbies. For example, if your character is a dog who likes to dig, then your character may be finding surprising buried objects. If you are drawing a mouse who loves to sew, then you already know that your mouse has a job as a tailor. The last item I have for you on the worksheet in the lower right corner is a small identification card, just like an ID card that you may already have for your school or a driver's license that you might get at the DMV. So fill in the information and draw your character's face in the little gray box. And there you go. If you know all these things about your character before you start writing your story, you'll have a big head start. Your story will practically write itself. So grab your pencil and a blank piece of paper and have fun. And, in case you're interested in seeing some of the characters that I've made myself, here are a few of my books which you can probably find at your school library when it's open again. This one is called Robot Dreams. It's a wordless story about a dog and a robot. Obviously, I like dogs, so the dog was easy, but I never drew a robot before this, so I had to look at a lot of pictures of robots to figure out how to draw my robot. I finally decided to make it similar to, but not the same as, the robot in the movie Castles in the Sky, because there's a really kind and lonely robot in that movie who has a beautiful garden. This book is called Bake Sale, and it stars a cupcake and eggplant. This was really fun to draw because I'd never drawn food characters before. I really enjoyed imagining what kinds of different foods would hang out together. This third book is called Odd Duck, and it's about two ducks who seem very different at first, so I had to think about how to draw them differently. They're obviously both the same shape, because they're both ducks, but one looks very messy with colorful, unkempt feathers, and the other one looks very tidy with a fancy hat, gloves, and shoes. And this book is called New Shoes, and it takes place in a village near a tropical rainforest. So I thought of all the animals who live in a village, like pigs, chickens, and cows, and all the characters who live in a South American tropical rainforest, like jaguars, monkeys, and parrots. So good luck making your own story, and thanks for listening.
Hi again. I hope you enjoyed that video from Sara Varon. I know I did. So let me show you where you can find the worksheet, Notes About My Character, on the library website. So let me bring my computer a little bit closer so you can see. We're going to go to the library website at www.mcl.org, and you'll see at the top there's a rectangle that says Kids Corner. We're going to click on that, and on this page we're going to scroll down a little bit until we come to the section Online Content. And in here you'll see the words Printable Activities. So let's go ahead and click on that. And here's a list of activities that you can do at home. So let's click on Sara Varon, Notes About My Character, and here's the blank worksheet. So now you can print it out and fill it out at home and make your own characters. So let me show you what I did. I created a character about my cat Loki, and as you can see, he lives in a cabin, and his favorite food is turkey and mashed potatoes, and he likes to read. And I'd love to see the creations that you make. And if you'd like to share your characters with us at the library, you can take a photo of your character and post it on social media, and be sure to tag the library at MCLSNJ so that we can see your creations. And so now I just want to give a big thank you to Sara Varon for sending us that fun video and worksheet so we can make characters at home. And if you'd like to find out more about Sara Varon and see some of her artwork, you can go to her website at www.chickenopolis.com. And I hope you'll be able to join us for more author studies this summer. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.